Hey, Facebook. I wanted to share and expand a little bit more on one of the points that I made on the last video that I made. And this one is accumulating and building over time. Um, just a quick recap, I was talking about how scheduling and being able to do so many things throughout the day while staying at home and homeschooling Aria. One of the things that I pointed out was that she is someone who always now prepares for the next thing. And so she sort of knows how to set things up for whatever is coming. But expanding a little bit more on that point is um, accumulating and building over time. And this is a skill that a lot of us lack, or I used to lack until I worked it through my writing and using technotutor. But um, right now, and the way that Arya has been growing up is understanding that, hi, where's Arya?
She's in the garage.
Oh, okay. So it's understanding that things take time. Things take time to build up. Takes time to build up, and we have a goal. We have somewhere we want to be, but we're gonna have to do a couple of things first before we get there. And I can tell you that a lot of people today, even a lot of people that I work with personally, like supporting them, I can see where. Hi, sorry. I can see where they still have a lot of resistance to building and then continuing and really following all the way through to that goal, and seeing how you have to stack over time and you have to build over time in order to be able to get to whatever thing it is that you want to achieve. And I can see within Aria, for example, how at the beginning, what she did was get frustrated. She would get so frustrated, and she would want to give up. I mean, I'm talking about 2 years back. And she still has some, but very, very small, where she would still have resistances to. You guys are going to work here?
We're gonna.
You're going to do pictures here? Okay, I'm going to go in the other room, okay? All right.
Yeah.
So, just because the girls are going to color. So where was I? So building over time. So when she was younger and something would start new with her, then we would have to support her to doing all that, to, you know, explaining why it is that we're doing this thing and what the outcome is going to be, and supporting her to really see it within herself. And over time, it's really cool because even the other day, her violin teacher was, telling her how eventually, she could play all these great songs by this great artist and stuff. And she was saying, do you know, but first we need to do all these things. Do you know what that means? And she was able to say, yeah, my brain is making a map by creating neurons, and now I know that I have to work through this in order to be able to do that. I know that, she said. And I thought that was really cool, because she has that vocabulary of when we learn about the human body. But the point with all this is that if we're able to support our children in doing so from a very, very young age, then over time, not only are they accumulating whatever it is that they're doing, but they're also accumulating understanding that in order to get and to do anything they want in life, it's going to take an accumulation and a buildup of doing it until you get to the goal. Today, unfortunately, most people, they struggle with this, where you start something and then you give up. You start something and then you don't see the results instantaneously, so then you give up. You really have a great idea, or you really want to do this thing, but it's not quick enough for you. And that only goes down to the point of understanding that things work through accumulation and through building over time. And because most of us don't have that vocabulary defined within us, then we expect things to just happen. And a lot of this comes from our experiences. Like, when you go to school, right? You are expected that you're going to get that grade, or you have to, no matter what, you're going to have the same thing happen over and over again. You don't really have to push past a level, because most of the time, even in school, they'll push you through just so that you can keep going. Doesn't mean that you understood, doesn't mean that you learned, doesn't mean that you got anything, but they still push you through. Um, but the real way that's going to be very supportive is to actually phase the points within us as adults and then support our children. Because if you think about it, you can say, okay, well, yeah, I'm just going to support my child to do that. But think about it. I'll give you a great example. I've talked a lot about how when Arya was little and she was a baby and she would reject food that I would give her, I would immediately become frustrated. And because I had my own resistances to food, then she wouldn't eat it, and then I would just give up. I wouldn't even try again. And then maybe I'll try again in a month, and then she would reject it again, and then I got frustrated, and then I wouldn't keep going. I didn't understand the concept, nor was it integrated within me that I had to build over time. And then eventually I could support her to get over that resistance. We see it as, oh no, she didn't like it. Okay, bye. Right? Same thing happened with the tummy time, right? Where they're supposed to exercise and be in their tummy and hold her necks up. She cried like the first time or the second time, and I was like, nope, she don't like it. And then I didn't try again. And I'm giving you these examples because it happens throughout our life in many things. And if we don't understand this concept, have it integrated within us, and have the proper vocabulary to define how to do this, then we're going to continue to do it within our lives, and we're going to continue to teach it to our children. Um, I knew that I had to work through this because I knew that I was going to pass it down to her if I continue to do it. And now I can see where she understands that she has to do things, and over time she will get whatever it is that she needs or that she wanted, you know, to work through. And it's really cool to be able to see that on a 5-year-old. And I am sure that children who are using technotutor from when they're babies are going to be able to then do it even sooner.
How do you spell Melissa?
Melissa,
Uh-huh.
Melissa. Um, they're going to be able to do this sooner because they're going to be using this way, way sooner. And for us adults, supporting ourselves through this process is also very, very important. So if you want to know how to do that, reach out. And if you have any questions, just DM me.